fiance
I was
took
gonna
some
ask, are your parents
shrooms.
married?
No, my parents got divorced I don't know, a couple of years ago. Not like super
So you
recently,
but you
but
were
like,
grown.
yeah.
So I want to talk to you about that after you finish your story. About your dad
Um,
doing shrooms.
and it was kind of funny because they ended up getting COVID afterwards. I think they had already had it, but like they were out camping, so they didn't know for sure, and they just kind of like both of them kind of got sick. My dad got really sick, but his fiance just like she couldn't taste or smell for a couple weeks. But it was funny. My dad does shrooms, and then the last time I went and visited, he was like, "Hey, I got some shroom chocolate. Do you want some?" And I was like, "I don't know if I want to do shrooms with you."
Did y'all have a close relationship growing up, or that just you didn't want to do shrooms with him?
Yes and no.
Y'all
Uh,
had,
that
and
was
then you can
great,
not
but
answer questions that I asked, but did y'all have like times where you guys never didn't talk as kids, or when you were a kid, did you have times when you
not
didn't?
as a kid. As an adult, I didn't talk to my dad for a while. That's a long story. We won't talk about
Right, right,
that.
right, right.
At least not on podcast or on camera.
Mhm.
Um, but we had a disagreement on a situation, and I didn't go about it in the correct way, which is my fault. But that's neither here nor there. Apologies were said. But anyways, I didn't talk to most of my family actually for a couple years. I was only talking to my grandma for a while. So that was cool. I was almost for a little bit, but
Yeah. So let's talk about. So 2 years ago, I told my community that I was going to cover more conversations about divorce, adoption, living with ADHD. So you said your parents just got divorced within the past 10 years,
yes,
and you are 31 right now,
too.
32 right now. So clearly that means you were an adult when they got divorced.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a few questions because my parents got divorced when I was a child. And like I said, this is one thing I'd like. It really like fucks me up, makes me sad to talk about it. But I know I promised my community I would talk about it. You know what I mean? So my questions are one at a time. Did you see it coming?
um, yes and no. Like when my mom told me, I wasn't surprised.
Your mom told you first.
Yeah, my mom told me first. Well, my mom told me because she was like, "I'm gonna serve your dad divorce papers," and I was like, "Okay, like if that's what you want, then like,
You're not the only sibling.
no, I'm not."
Were you the first sibling to be told?
I think so. I'm favorite.
I
Um,
mean, that's a lot because my story's a lot different. Like they called us into the kitchen, all three of us, and we were all under. I was in fourth grade, so we're all under like 10. So that's a
there
lot
was like
different.
turmoil with my family. So my dad was arrested for trafficking weed across country. And he, from what I have heard, I haven't actually asked him directly because honestly, it's really none of my business. If he wants to be like, hey, do you have any questions about like what happened? Like, I'll ask him then. But it's really none of my business. That's between my mom and him. And if that's the choice that makes the both of them happy, then I'm happy. It sucks that my parents aren't together. Uh, it does kind of make me look at my childhood a little bit differently to see like there were signs, and they both did mention that they probably should have separated while we were younger, like while I was in high school and middle school. But they wanted to like keep the family together, because both of my parents have like kind of more traditional parents, you could say. Because like my grandmother and my grandpa were together the whole time. They never separated, but I know that she like went off and did her own thing for a little bit and then came back, and then they never like slept in the same room. Um, but like it wasn't horrible. My dad kind of sucked, to be really honest.
As a human or as a dad?
Um, Probably as a dad and as a husband, like he did really good on like times, but I think my dad's problem is he also didn't know that he most definitely has ADHD of some sort or something. Because he'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna do all this," and then would never like do it. And I don't think it was like his intention to not do it. I think he just like it was not a priority. He remembered. And he was like super like I'm super emotional and he was super emotional. So I don't think I could have had kids at 21 and been like a rational adult, like I was still figuring out my emotions. I was still like figuring out my own self. Like even now like I'm would be way better now obviously because I'm more grown and stuff, but I could understand that like frustrations are a lot harder to control. And so sometimes my dad would take it out on us or maybe go a little too far on punishments as far as like what we really did wrong instead of, identifying what was wrong, telling us what we did wrong. And then, I don't know, maybe we grew up in the 90s. We were still getting beaten as kids, I wouldn't say necessarily like beaten, but we were getting
whipped.
We were getting whoopings and such.
For sure. I think whippings. I'm not in prison because I used to steal a lot, and I got caught stealing, and I had got my brother stealing with me, and I got him in trouble.
My mother's calling me. Hold on 1 second.
Wow.
Hello.
To tell you that the diapers I bought in size large made too fucking small.
Can I call you back?
Are you on the podcast?
I'm on the podcast. It's okay. You're my mom. I have to answer the phone. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Oh, I hung up on her. She was going to say my hair looks cute. My mom bought diapers for her dog because he is just stepped into the senior citizen phase where he pees himself sometimes.
Wow.
He's 10 and he's like a big boy, so they age a little faster.
Peeing on themselves is literally just starts peeing. That's what a dog peeing on themselves is.
Yeah, it just kind of like we were at the bar the other day and he was laying down and I was like, "Is that a pee puddle you're just laying in?" And my mom's like, "Oh, fuck, did he just piss himself?" And I was like,
"It won't even know."
And then I guess he actually did it the other day or this morning too. So it was like consecutive days. So she went to buy him diapers and the diapers she bought are too small. Which, I don't know, I thought it was going to be a little more important than dog diapers.
That is pretty interesting.
She was like, "Oh shit, you're on the podcast, huh?" I'm like,
so you told her you're doing the podcast?
Yeah.
You told her?
Yeah. I told my mom. I tell my mom everything. She lives 2.5 miles from my house.
You see her a lot?
Pretty, like, almost every single day, but not every single day, obviously. I do call her almost every single day, though.
Yeah.
That's definitely a thing that happens.
You guys look the same? Like, same facial features?
Yes and no. It depends who you are. Some people say I look like my mom, and some people are like, "You don't really look like your mom." But I also look a lot like my dad, so I can show you a picture. Hold on. Let me finish this last bit. All right. Pictures of my mom. My mom's really cool.
She got tattoos also?
Yes. My mom has more tattoos than me.
Ooh.
She got like a whole sleeve on one arm and then one 3/4.
Did she have tattoos before you? Like, before you had tattoos?
She has like an old school Calvin and Hobbes tattoo on the inside of her ankle. It's it's Calvin kicking a soccer ball. But he needs to get retouched because she got a blister and his like face is like a scar now.
But she had that tattoo before you had tattoos.
Yeah, I think she had that tattoo before I was born.
You were born.
And then yes, she got her one of her sleeves done. And then I think she started working on the other one before I got these wings on my wrist, and they were absolutely atrocious when I first got them because it was like $35 at like a tattoo party in Kansas when I was in college, and I didn't even pay for my friend. I was just there like with my friend. She's like, "You want a tattoo? I'll pay for you." And so I just like had to pick something on the fly. And I got wings with my parents' birth years on them, and even now they're like not super great, but it is what it is. And then what else did I get? Oh, I have mine and my ex's name in an ambergram right here, which I'm actually getting lasered off. Good job, Danielle. And then I have a big old tattoo on my back that I got. Hey, actually, I think I got the mermaid on my back first.
Tattoo a woman's name on me. I would, like, I wouldn't even mind. Like, I had an ex named Destiny, so my plan was to get the video game Destiny logo tattooed on me.
Interesting.
I could have played that off easily. Because once we broke up, I'd have been like, shit, I'm a Destiny video game player.
That's too obvious. If I were Destiny and you got the video game logo on there, I'd be like, that's a cop out.
I would have got the name, but I'm just saying that, like, to like hide it, I would have just got the logo. But yeah, I would have got the name. I don't mind getting the name.
You could just get her name and then eventually like add the logo on top.
I would be the type to get somebody's name. People say I would never get a name. Fuck that. Like if I did face tats, because I promised my grandma before she passed, I wouldn't do a face tat. I promised my mom and dad I wouldn't do face tats.
I told my mom I'm getting a face tattoo.
I told her I'm doing the scalp. I ain't never promised y'all that. I promised y'all the face, but the scalp is free game, baby.
That would be cool.
Big ass spider. I already told him what I'm getting, where I'm getting.
Big ass spider? I want a spider on the back of my neck, but it's more of like a. Have you seen Hunter x Hunter?
What's it called?
Hunter x Hunter, the anime.
No, I'm not into anime.
Oh, that's right. Damn it! Like, if you're listening and you like anime,
I'm not against it, but you know.
It's a Phantom Troop tattoo, so it's like a spider with a number on it. I'll get the number 4. If you know, you know.
All right, let's tap into a little bit of conspiracies. Switch the mood up. My favorite conspiracy, and I want you to give me.
Oh, conspiracies.
Yeah, my favorite is.
I don't be looking up conspiracies. I just be debunking your conspiracies. I'm just kidding.
I don't know.
All right, go. Conspiracy. What is it?
The one. There's a conspiracy. I don't even know if it's a conspiracy, but it's a theory. So when people ask me like what I believe in religion and all of that shit, like if I had to just give one answer, my viewpoint on life is quantum immortality. You know what that is?
I mean, those two words separately, yes, but no.
But not together. So quantum immortality is a theory that. And I believe in a lot of things, but this, like, if I had to put them in order, I don't put them in order, but if I had to put them in order, this is what I think life is. Quantum immortality is the theory that your brain can't process death. So it's like you never die. You never die. Like, you're going to die in my life. Like, you're going to die in my life, but in your head, you will never die because your brain can't process that. Your brain doesn't know what dying is. So this theory is the theory is that you're the only person that is like, to you, that is really real. Because you know everybody else around you is going to die. And no matter what you go through, you're always going to live through it. Whether you get shot, whether you get into act, whatever it is, you're going to always live because your brain can't process death. So your brain is going to switch over, or whatever it is, to the other reality that you're still alive. So that's what a quantum immortality is. It's like none of this shit is real. It's all just in your head and it's all just in your brain. And like all the experiences and the energy is all real, But the fact that you have other versions of you is what I mean. It's not real because your brain, just like in a dream, when you're
Like,
about
have
to
you seen the
die.
movie Time Machine?
Mm-mm.
You have to watch that one.
All right.
That will help your brain function on this theory you're going with too.
Okay.
Continue.
Time
Sorry.
machine. Remind me later because I'd be forgetting shit. But shit. This theory is the fact that you just so like either, when I ask people do they believe in time travel, when they say yes, I tell them if you believe in time travel, you have to believe in alternate realities. And if you believe in alternate realities, none of this is real. And it's like you can't believe in time travel and not believe in alternate realities because when you travel to another, when you're time traveling to another time, you think the time you left is gonna stop. No, it keeps going.
Yeah, it keeps going.
So that means that all this shit is going at the same time. So if that's the case, none of this shit is real. Like it's literally just all different.
But it is all also real at the same
at
time.
the same time. Yeah, that's what I'm like. It's like fuck, it's real, but it's
Okay,
not.
yes,
real.
I understand this. I know what
So
this is.
the quantum
Yes.
immortality is just like basically your brain just doesn't process death. You just always live through whatever it is you're living through. People around you die, but that's why I think like people around you are like. I don't think you ever meet and hang with people for accident. I think every person you meet and hang with, you have like there's something that you like they're trying to give you, and there's something that you need to give them. And whether that's a lifetime friendship or just a short term friendship, you don't meet anybody on accident. You know what I mean?
So I'm supposed to have this emotional trauma, and it's supposed to be that I'm supposed to keep having these problems.
I don't know, but it's like maybe you're the one that has to go through things to help other people go through things.
Maybe. I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like I say, we'll never fucking know. We'll
This is
never know what
true.
life is. We'll never know what the other side is because we'll just never know. So it's like my theory with life is like I like to look at it different ways. And then I like to look at it like there is a God because there's a lot of times that I'll sit down and speak words out there and shit happens. But at the same time, you can call that manifesting. So it's like without
It's
even
true.
saying there's a God, you're just saying you put the words in the atmosphere and it happens. So it's like
Yeah.
I don't believe in all of that, but I understand all the ways of thinking. So like I understand it. So it's like I can't not. I know it's just hard for me to just pick one way of thinking about life. So it's like that's why my attitude just be like chill because it's like either one, none of this shit is real, or it like none of this shit is real, or I don't know. So it's like I live life like I just enjoy it. I just stay happy. I stay positive, and anybody I come across like it's for a reason. And you got to take that whatever they're trying to give you because you don't come across somebody's path for no reason. That's not how life works.
Yeah.
You don't just meet somebody and just like no. You meet somebody for a reason, whether it's teaching you about yourself or that's the person supposed to just be in your life to help you. But you meet somebody for a reason. Because I've met a lot of. I like dating, bro. Like I like to date. I like to hang with women, and it's like with me hanging with women, it teaches me so much about myself because each woman is different, and I have to present myself differently for each woman, which is fine. But then that also helps me learn myself.
But I feel like you also have to present yourself differently with people in general because
yes.
you can't be necessarily your same self with everyone.
Right.
Because people suck.
Yeah, I think
And also people like to take advantage of your like best qualities if you show them sometimes. Like certain people, not everyone, obviously. But like you can't be the same person as everybody.
Yeah. Like the person I am out here is like I couldn't like this is who I am naturally, right? But like being like this in Atlanta, I'm not getting far. Probably get robbed. Cause I just look like I got the glasses on. I'm just like no type of fancy clothes, fucking Walmart Crocs on. Like you just look like a.
They're not even real Crocs.
No, these not real Crocs. These are Walmart brand. Walmart brand Crocs. Yes, Walmart brand Crocs, 100%. And so it's like being like this and just being in like certain environments is like you're just like a target. But it's like out here it's cool. I can just wear flannel and some shorts and it's like I blend in.
Howdy, neighbor.
Right, like they're blending as fuck. But if it's July 1st in Atlanta and I got on a flannel, some shorts, and some Walmart Crocs, bro, nobody's paying me no attention, bro. You're not taking serious. Like, so when I go to certain events, I don't wear glasses because glasses to me are a sign of not weakness, but it's
Are
a
you a nerd?
like.
So it makes you a nerd wearing glasses?
You asking me?
Yeah.
So like, yes, it makes like glasses do something to the person's. Like if I look at you and you have on glasses, I'm gonna talk to you a certain way. But if I look at you and you don't have on glasses, or you got your shirt tucked in, or you have on a
That's
suit,
like racism. Racism.
Yeah,
That's like racism against people who wear glasses.
I'm like prejudiced as a fuck because like
Prejudice. There we go.
Yeah, I'm definitely prejudiced because it's like just like shaking a man's hand. Depending on how you shake my hand is depending on how the rest of this conversation is gonna go.
Oh yeah, I
100%.
mean,
So it's just like it's the same thing. I look at you and how you carry yourself is how I'm gonna treat you.
yeah,
Like as I'm approaching a woman, how she carries herself is how I'm gonna flirt and approach her.
yeah.
Because like it's just how you are. Like if I'm hanging out with a dude and he just looks sloppy, I'm not gonna take this guy serious. I'm probably not gonna hang out with this guy again. Like
Yeah.
why you look like that? Like you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
I went on a date with this guy one time to a soccer game, and like middle of the day, you know, you'd think you'd wear like jeans or like jean shorts and like a t-shirt, like I don't know, like nice, but not like California.
Okay.
But not like, you know, you don't have to dress like super fancy. Like I wore jean shorts and a cute tank top, and I think I had like a bucket hat on or something because it was hot. This motherfucker came in like swish, you know, the like swishy pants.
Yeah.
And like a polo?
Was he Haitian?
No.
Got some Haitian shit right there with some.
Maybe?
With some. He was a black guy?
Yeah.
Oh, let me ask you this: how did shoes look? Did he have on sandals, toes out?
No.
He wasn't Asian then. He was black.
No. I don't think so.
Haitians love to wear sweatpants with polos.
So, you know what's funny about that? I worked at a taxi company, and I swear 95% of them wore the polo with the sports pants and fucking sandals.
Some sandals, bro. The Nigerians and Haitians.
Fucking broke white. I don't want to see your toes. The hell?
That's why I think I'm a little Nigerian, because I get that out. I totally get the sweatpants. I don't know about the polo, but I totally get the
polo is
out.
crazy.
The polo is crazy, but I'm telling you, if you hang around Haitians and Nigerians and you look at their dads, that's the outfit.
It's like the bright yellow fucking polo.
And sometimes the collar be up.
The collar is always up.
Yes, that is definitely some Haitian and Nigerian shit for sure. But I'm telling you, they good at saving money though.
Well, like there was this one. I don't know
about your date, but
he was just a regular black guy. But the guys at at the taxi company, they know how to save money. They make bank. Mm-hmm. Well, they were pre-COVID. Mm-hmm. I don't know about now because I didn't work there anymore. But like one of the guys, he literally like he owned a whole like town and village and shit, and was like. They're like, yeah, he's like a prince. And I'm like, why is he here driving cabs? And he's like, oh yeah, I come here and make all the money, and then I go back to Nigeria. He goes back to Nigeria for like 3 months at a time. Sometimes he'll be like, oh yeah, I'm not coming back for another 3 months.
That makes sense because Nikola Jokic, the center for Denver, mm-hmm. his country's national average income is 4 bands. Damn. This nigga's NBA contract at least $40 million a year. So just off of 1 week's of work, he could probably take care of everybody in his country.
It's true.
so yeah, fuck it, I'm coming to work to America too. Shit, he just finna send the money back to the crib. Right. I would want to go back to the horses too. If I knew my 1 year's salary took care of. I got more power than the president. Like I can make more changes than the person that runs the country.
It's
only because I play basketball in America.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
And he hates it too. He's like, "Can I go home now?"
I'm ready to go home. But I don't like, bro. You like he's probably a king. Like his great grandkids won't have to work. No lie, not even exaggerating.
I know.
If your yearly national income is 4 bands American, and you come to America and you're making 40 mil a year, bro, nobody with the last name Jokic is gonna ever have to work.
I know, right?
It's amazing, dog.
That's crazy.
As long as they just live in Serbia, don't move to America because then you're just another millionaire.
Yeah,
Stay in Serbia and just run that shit up, bro.
That's crazy.
You guys,
I used to live in Santa Cruz. I had a Serbian neighbor. He was cool.
did they still have the Serbian accent and can still speak the language?
Yes, he didn't really have much of an accent. I mean, when he would go visit Serbia and come back, and he would have like a little bit when he came back. But his mom had a pretty good one.
Mm. So on the podcast yesterday about the thruples, I'm gonna post some clips of this week so you'll be able to see. She says she only dates black guys.
Who?
The person that was on the show last night.
Oh.
Do you date anybody, or is there like certain people? And she had a reason why. We won't get into it, but she had a reason why. But like, you don't care, or do you?
I don't necessarily have a preference. I mean, I'll date any race, but like, I'm pretty particular as far as like I've not really dated any white guys before. I've gone on dates with white guys and I've like talked to them, but I feel like it's just like not the energy that I'm liking or wish to receive. And generally more of like black, Hispanic, like non-white guys tend to be like more attracted to me also. And you know, who doesn't like people who like them?
Right.
So, but if you ask like a third party who doesn't really know me and has just seen my track record, they'd be like, yeah, she only dates black guys. But I've dated Hispanic. I dated an Arab dude for like 9 months. I just felt like he didn't really want to eventually be with a white girl. I was like, he kind of seems like he didn't really like have me out, you know, on display or anything. And he was like, his family is super traditional, so I think he was like just not ready for serious relationships. So, and I also kind of was like, you probably want to date an Arab girl.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I get that. I'm not against people.
Uncover your mic.
I'm not against people dating their own race because that's what they like, you know, like I support you.
Yeah. Coming from the South, not me. I got homies that used to date white girls that had to hide their dead ass had to hide their relationship because they couldn't take them home because mom or dad didn't like the blacks. Yeah. And I'm like, damn, I've never been with anybody. I've only been with black women until I moved out here. Not because I didn't want anybody else. It's because it's just how it was. So coming out here, it's a little different because it's like I haven't met anybody that feels like they need to hide a black man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But down south, like they be hiding them.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. What's up? How you doing? Feeling good? Yeah. I like your shirt. Or what is that called? A dress? I'm confused. How you doing? Hi. Haven't seen you in so long. Welcome. Doing the podcast. Want a hug? Alright, come on. Quick little break.
Hi.
Say, hey, we're doing the podcast.
I like your Ariel dress.
Got house slippers on too?
Who's on there? Baby Yoda?
You like Star Wars or you just like Yoda? Like Yoda.
Baby Yoda. I like Baby Yoda too.
Yeah, you got. Do you watch The Mandalorian?
Yes.
You watch it too. You watch it? Yeah.
Do you like Boba Fett? Nice. It's cool.
All right. I watched it. What? Huh?
Baby corn.
Baby corn.
Yeah, no, corn.
She said corn. Let me turn on that lamp. Feeling okay?
Mommy. Mommy. I'm raining.
Is it raining? Nice.
Oh, it's on my hat. All right.
So yeah, back to that. I never really had that issue because I don't know. I feel like my parents never really would have cared, but
Yeah.
also I do find what happens a lot for me now dating, especially closer to the Midwest, is black dudes will be like, "Have you ever been with a black dude? Have you ever had melanated man? Have you ever had black dick before?" And it's just like, bro, God, like, sheesh. Is it that bad? Did you have to ask?
Are they coming from the south or are they from out here?
Honestly, it's like all over, you know, because Denver's kind of a melting pot all over the place. There's a lot of people all over from all over. People come here for like a lot of semi truck drivers. You know, there's like a lot of CDL people who come here or blue collar type work who are not from Denver
Well,
that have moved to Denver. You know,
Then yeah, because there are some which I've been told, heard stories, and just been heard conversations that like fucking a black guy, if you're a white woman, is a fantasy.
yeah,
Like
and then it makes me think like, are you doing kind of like a little bit of a reverse, like kind of fetish where like you want me to be like, oh yeah, it's my first black guy, like,
I don't,
you know?
I don't know if that's a turn on. They might just want to know just to know because I don't know. You might just want to know if you're the first one because I wanted to know. I wanted.
Because as a white person, I don't know what that's like. Honestly, and I get baffled when people ask me. I'm just like, is it really that? Because honestly, I didn't really have any issues with that. Like I have seen like racist shit happen in front of me because of racism, you know.
Mm,
But I've never like, as far as dating, I've never really dealt with that.
they were dealt with racism
Yeah,
and
I mean,
dating.
well, like as far as like from my side, like having like any like hatred or anything, I felt like people like didn't like me because I was white, like their family didn't like me because I was white, but I was just like, I get it because history, but like it still doesn't make sense to me when you're like, have you ever dated a black guy? Like, that's how you open our conversation.
I mean, but that's a question though because a lot of it, there's there's a lot of black men that haven't dated outside their race, and then there's a lot of white women that haven't dated out what that haven't dated a black guy.
True.
So that's a question. Like,
I think it's more of like delivery as well. Like if you asked in a better way, or if like it's not one of the very first questions you ask me, like maybe we meet and you're like, well, like, have you ever dated someone like me before? Just not like I don't know. I just feel like the delivery
Yeah, I
I've
mean, that shouldn't be
received
the
has
first
been
thing you
wild.
ask. It shouldn't be like something that's in the topic of first conversation.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of weird because like if I'm with a white woman and she tells me I'm her first black guy in our first conversation, I'm like, get your weird ass out of here! Like, why
Right?
did
Are
you
you
tell me that?
fetishing me right now?
Like, is this a dream? Like, are you is this a like a off your bucket list? Like,
Yeah.
I'm
I
just
actually
trying to.
recently had someone refer to me as a bucket list. And
Just
I
because
was
you're a white
like,
woman?
no, just he explained it in like detail, and I was just like, and then he said you're a walking bucket list, and I'm just like,
That's extreme.
I don't know how to feel about that
That's not a
statement.
that's not a positive thing. That's just something that you want to get off your list before you die. That's not.
Like,
I don't know if you want to be part of that. I mean, okay, you're part of that list. At
like
least you're not part of that list.
I'm so
but
glad you want to check some
this
shit
off.
off, but like,
Like, am I the first thing you check off or the last thing you check off?
like I'm just confused.
A lot
Like,
of questions that come with that.
I suppose I should ask. You're like, huh? It's like older too. I don't typically date older guys, but I was like, fuck it. Let's try something
What's
new.
the oldest you'll go?
Well, said gentleman is 46. That is 14 years older than me. And I think that's just like too much, honestly. Like,
To take
he's
serious.
nice.
It's too much to take serious. Not dated. She was 45. And it was fun, but clearly we're not finna get married.
And he's already made it clear, like, he doesn't want kids. And, like, I don't know if I don't want kids.
He didn't
but
have
like,
any at all? Even.
he has a daughter, but also 46,
Right. Because she was 45 and had a high schooler and an elementary schooler.
I think his daughter is like 14 or something like that. I don't know.
Well,
She's
these kids
older,
they were
so
older. Yeah.
like,
That's a lot better.
I don't care, It's not the kid part, it's the
46.
46.
They about to be 50 on your ass.
You know what I mean? And just like, he's really nice. He's a good guy. It's just not my vibe, It's just not my vibe.
We've gone a long way with that. That yarn? Is that
Thanks.
what we're gonna call it? Yeah. Yeah,
This
I saw the
is the start
outfit
of
you
a bucket
posted the
hat.
other day. You want to tell the people about that?
Oh yeah. In this same yarn color, I made a cropped hooded long sleeve little granny stitch sweater, and then I made shorts to match because obviously, why not? And now, because I bought extra yarn, I'm gonna make a little ruffle hat to go with it, because I like to go to raves, and rave wear is expensive, and yarn in my time is not. So I've decided to make some rave wear, and it turns out I'm actually pretty good at this.
I got my first sprout last week.
Yeah, you
at a
got a
rave.
sprout. That's right.
And,
You got like a special sprout too. It's not just like a regular one.
I like the sound of that.
Because like the regular sprouts, it's just like a literal sprout, just like the 2 little leaf sprout. That one came in a variety pack, probably. They spent a little extra money on that pack. Okay. I want to get a bunch of sprouts and sprout people. So if you're going to Lost Lands, come find me. I'll be wearing crochet stuff.
Where and when is Lost Lands?
Lost Lands is September 19th through the 22nd, I believe, if you have camping. And it is in Legends Valley. It's just outside of Columbus, Ohio. And it is going to be so much fun.
My parents are from Ohio.
Nice. It's awful. I
They
mean,
met at the mall.
I'm really sorry
No.
if you like Ohio, but from my experience, it's awful.
They're real Ohio people. I mean, Dad was born in St. Louis but grew up in Ohio, so
Mm.
they're just Midwestern. Well, I don't know. Do you call it Ohio Midwest? Let's actually settle this debate. What states do you determine the South?
The South.
And then what
Okay.
states do you determine
Let
the
me
West?
pull up a map.
Well, no. Okay, no. I'll let you do that. But before you put up the map, answer the question.
Okay, so I'm actually pretty good at the geography-ish. So I would say like Texas into Florida, but no higher than I think West Virginia.
Jeez.
No higher than West Virginia. I think that's where.
I just want you to. I want you to answer. There's no right or wrong.
Um,
That's the answer for me. But I just want to know your answer.
Colorado, obviously, no. It's like all the states that border the coast or Mexico, obviously, and then yeah, that's it. Like
So
all
you
the
consider
states.
Texas the South?
I mean,
You
yeah,
consider Florida the South?
yeah,
All
but
right.
like,
So what's
but
West
like
Coast?
West Coast is straight down the line.
Cali and Washington.
Washington, Oregon, California.
Okay. What else to consider? Because I used to think Colorado was West Coast.
Technically, Nevada and Arizona are West Coast. I don't think New Mexico and Colorado are West Coast. Colorado is literally dead ass in the center of the country.
Isn't Texas too?
Yeah, but Texas at the bottom. I mean, Texas, there is South in Texas, but there's also like Midwest in Texas.
That's like
Texas is huge.
That's what I'm saying. For me being a Southerner, there's only 3 states that make up the South.
I mean, there's like the main South, right? Louisiana, Georgia,
No,
and
you don't even count Louisiana. It's not.
you don't count Louisiana?
It like when you stand on which states are the South, there's 3. Now in conversations, you add South Carolina, you add Louisiana, you add Tennessee. But other than that, if it's not Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, it's not the South. It's hard to call Florida the South. It's hard to call Texas the South. Like yes,
yeah, I mean Texas
South,
is like
it's like
the
fuck.
South, but Florida is also its own.
Yes, I'm saying
creature.
that's its own world. Florida is nowhere near the South. Like you don't see no cotton fields in Florida, but if you drive through Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia, you see cotton fields. You go to Florida, there's palm trees. Like that's not. Yes, it's the southern part of America, but it's hard to call Florida the South. It's hard.
That's crazy that you
weird.
say that Louisiana is not the South.
Jesus. It's like okay, that's fine. They're on the bench.
Like I would say, if
They're on the bench.
I'm not
South Carolina's on the
I'm not
bench.
from there, obviously.